Good morning. It is game board day. We don't have a phrase for this one yet.
Tater's gonna Tate.
We got a new game board a couple weeks ago, and we've been figuring it out. So it's called Azul, and it is it's a beautiful game. It's really pretty. You take these little tiles and you try to make specific patterns that they tell you to make, and then you get points based on placing tiles. And it's really kind of a cool game, and we want to show you how to play it. This is very basic. These are factory displays. And we're going to put tiles on each of them. We are both artisans, and we have to create this pattern tile.
Get it closer to the camera.
Okay. For the king, I guess is how it goes. So you place tiles on the left side of the board.
There we go. How about this?
There you go. And then they transfer over to the right side of the board, and on the top part of the board is the scoring chart, and there's a little block that you move to score. Alright? It's a fun strategy game because not only are you trying to get your tiles placed, but you're trying to keep the other people from getting their tiles placed at the same time. So the number of people determines how many factory setting things there are to start with. For a 2-player game, you play with 5. For a 4-player game, you play with 9. And what we're going to do is, out of the bag, isn't that pretty? I'm going to randomly pick 4 tiles to put on each one of these. That would be great.
Don't eat these. They have a chocolate version that looks even more so. Like
They look delicious.
these look like Starburst. The yellow ones look like cheddar cheese.
I didn't know you had spent that much time
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about what foods these look
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Alright, the rest of the tiles are going to go off to the side in their little bag. You do need to create like a discard pile thing, which is why we have this bowl out here, because we put the discards in there. Once the bag runs out of tiles, you take all the discard, you put it back in, you start over again, if the game goes that far. So far, as a 2-player game, we've only had to shuffle the tiles once, and we've played multiple times. Okay, so what you do is you can only place 1 tile here, or 2 tiles here, or 3 tiles here. You can build them up, but they have to be, if I start with a blue tile here, these other 3 have to be the same blue tile. You can't mix and match in a row. And if you already have something placed over here, you can't build on this side. So if I already have this blue square filled, I cannot put blues in my 4 row at all. And that can come back to bite you later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the 5 displays and figure out where I want to start. And he'll be thinking the same thing. So I have 3 blacks over here. There's a black here and a black here. If I take these 3 blacks, he can only block one of these. He can't block both of them, which means I can get 4 blacks if I take these on my first turn. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put them in my 4 row. This row has to be filled before anything can move over. And then whatever's left on that factory display goes in the center with this number 1. This number 1 determines whoever takes tiles from the center first has to take the 1. They're the first player on the next turn, and they also have to place this on their board in the -1 spot, in the first -1 spot. So every tile you end up taking that you cannot place, you have to put on this bottom row, and you lose points for each one of them. So I took 3 blacks off of here, I pushed the other one into the center, and now it's Ethan's turn. He can take this red one if he wanted to, and this -1 point, and he would go first on the next turn. Or he can take a single color off of any of the display factory displays.
Right now, there's absolutely zero incentive to take from the center.
Yeah, if he wanted one red, he could take that one red, he could take that one red, he could take that one red.
And I'm not stopping Jamie from doing anything specifically if I was to take this right now.
Yeah, there's
It's
no
not like it's the only red and she needs it to like complete out her row.
Right, so there's no reason he's not going to take that, but he is going to grab something from one of the other displays.
Now the game ends when somebody completes a horizontal row. So you can do as many vertical as you want, but as soon as somebody completes a final one, like you play the round through to the end, but then at the end of it, then you start scoring your board.
Yes. Your turn.
There's scoring that goes into this prior, but
We'll explain it as we go.
yeah. All right, so here you hold this because
You can't think and hold a camera at the same time?
It's a lot to juggle here.
Really?
We'll take from here.
All right. He took the 2 reds. And he's going to place them in his 3, even though he only has 2, because he knows he can get at least 1 more of these. All right. I need a black to fill this row. So I'm going to take this and push everybody else into the center and fill that row. So now I'll be able to place that there. The first step is taking tiles and then placing tiles and then scoring for each round. So that he has to decide what he wants to do. If you take from the center, you have to take all of that color from the center. So right now I could get 3 reds from the center, but I'd have to take that 1. And sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it's not. What I am going to take, I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to take this black and put it in my 1 spot.
All right, well I completely blew it, so here's this.
Okay, so there aren't any reds left. So you see his 3 row there? Point out your 3 row. He's not going to be able to finish it, so he's not going to be able to place anything.
Farted. That's the problem with too much to juggle.
Okay, so now the 1 is gone, so now you can take from the center. Even if there were still ones on the factory displays, you could still take from the center.
Without any kind of penalty.
With no penalty. So I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with... Let's fill a 3.
Just do this.
And we'll put that there. Okay, so now it's time to score things. So, the easiest way to do this is get rid of any rows that aren't filled. And those go in the discard pile. Okay, now we're going to score his full rows. So score your blue.
Now what we like to do is take these ones that aren't part of it and just do that.
Yeah, he gets confused. So you slide your right one over.
And actually, I'll score this first. So 1. 1. So this is a terrible round. And then -1.
Okay. I'm going to score these. That's 1, 2. Hang on. Let's do this Ethan's way. Let's do this slowly. 1. 1. All right. So what you're scoring is you're scoring anything that touches vertically and anything that's touching horizontally. So I move that blue square over. And it's touching this yellow, so I get 2 points for this blue square. 1, 2. And then the black, not touching anything, so it gets a 1 point for that. And then the rest of these are all discarded. And whoever pulled that 1 on the last time goes first, so Ethan's going to put out new tiles for us, and then he gets to play first. We haven't gotten a 4 of a kind yet. We're really excited about when the first 4 of a kind is going to come up. Nope, 3 of a kind. That's as high as it's gone. Ooh, could be. No. All right. And Ethan is up first. And he filled in his 3 spot. Okay. So, it makes sense to try and keep them touching as much as possible because you get more points that way, but it doesn't always work that way. You have to be careful. I can no longer put a black up here because the black is filled in here. I can't put yellow here because yellow is there. So you have to pay attention to all of that while you're picking things. Because if I grab these 2 yellows, because I'm like, ooh, 2 of a kind, I can't place them here. So I just messed myself up. So I think I'm going to take these 3 blacks and put them in my 3 row because I don't have anything there. I don't have a black there. Okay, filled in his 2. So I'm just kind of counting how many are in each segment. I'm going to take these 2 and put them there. So now he's got to do some quick math and figure out what he's looking at here. Interesting. All right. I can't put a black there. We can't use those 4 reds. I think I'm going to take this blue and put it here. Okay. He put those in his 5 row because he can't put them in his 4 row. And there aren't 5 on the board, so it's basically a dead row. So I'm going to take this red, push all these into the center, and put that there. And I did that it's going to force him to take another negative point. Okay, I have 2 choices left. I have 1 more row, and I don't have anything there, so I can grab either one of these and put it here. He doesn't have any rows left, so he has to put that as a negative point. That's called strategy. He's taking the camera away.
Here we go. You can see it right side up.
All right, you need to score your board.
All right, so first we get rid of the garbage. And then what I like to do is trim it down just so that this is all out of the way. All right. 2. 2. 3. Minus 2. So getting nowhere fast.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dead. So all of this goes away. All right, and you're first.
Okay. Okay, so fun fact, getting 5 across is very difficult in this game.
It can be done.
And one of the scoring bonuses that we'll get into later is if you can get 5 of a single color, like the yellows, which is the thing I have the most of right now. It's possible I could get 5, but highly unlikely, because the second Jamie sees those 3 go down here, she's going to take these 2, whether she needs them or not.
That's right. That's right, she is.
So instead, I have to change tack and find something else to pick from. Or, if I wanted to, I could do 3.
You could do 3 or 4. There
Yeah.
are spaces available.
Yeah. Now, strategically, none of these connect to anything, so it's not the greatest idea. In the ideal world, you want stuff to connect so you're scoring more points up front rather than relying on the end of the game to save your bacon. But I do have a thing I can do. So I'll do this, which fits that criteria, and it's over to Jamie.
Well, I'll take it. And it's not touching anything, but that's okay.
All right, so now it's time to introduce a thing called hate drafting. And I'm going to deliberately take this so she can't take that without penalizing herself.
Yeah, well, I'm taking the blacks, so hi.
Okay. I'll take these reds and film very poorly. All right.
Alright, let's do these 3.
Take this one.
Alright, I'll take the 2. That's fine.
Take these 2.
Okay, so Ethan just gave me a point. Actually, Ethan just gave me 2 points because he didn't look at my board.
Oh, geez.
I can now place this 1 here. I couldn't have placed the blues there. I would have had to have placed them down here.
Oh.
Because he left me 1 I could place, I'm going to get 2 points for that.
Again, a lot going on here. So.
You have to look at the whole picture. You can't just look.
I'm looking at this picture.
Well, you took the camera away from me.
All right, so first we de-junk the board here.
And he de-junks the board because he was scoring stuff that he hadn't completed rows on, so I made him start doing that.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And no negatives.
That's
Okay.
right. And
All right, I have 4 good rows. Hello, I got the camera. Okay, so this one is 1, 2. This one is 1, 2. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is 1. And then I have -1, -1 down here, so -2. So that goes in the center. These are all done. And it's my turn to deal out the tiles. I thought maybe I'd have a better shot at getting multiples on the board that way. It didn't work. All right. I'm the first player, so I get to pick first. There's a lot of yellow. There's a decent number of reds. Very few blacks. So I'm not going to be able. The only black I need left is my 5, and I'm not getting it on this turn for sure. So let's go. I don't know where I want to go. I can get 4 yellows, but I don't need 4 yellows. I already have it. One yellow, 1 red. One red.
2 yellow here to start with.
Okay. Alright, I'll take 2 red over here. And I'm hot flashing.
Take 1 yellow from here.
And back myself into a corner. Okay, I'm gonna go this route and take these.
I'm going to go this route and take this.
Might be in trouble. Alright, so I took those blacks. Oh shit. They can't go there. There's black there already. I took those blacks because the only thing he's got is 3 space that can be, or his 2 space that can be filled in, and all he could take is these tiles and these tiles, the light blue and the black. So I took both of those. So now here's a bunch of tiles that he cannot put in. He's not going to be able to fill in that 2 spot.
So I'll just do this for decoration.
I may have screwed. Oh no, I didn't screw myself. Whew. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. I thought I was in trouble.
Me too. All right, so we're just going to understand that at this point this is junk. And then we're going to trim the stuff down. All right, 1. But it was a strategic one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so this row is good, this row is good, this row is bad, and these rows are bad, so I'm going to move those off to the side. This one goes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This goes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have a -1 down here. Those go in there, and I'm first.
Might be a shuffle the bag situation.
I could do it.
I mean,
I don't know if I want to, though.
Oh, yeah.
Although I am winning. Not by much, though. Alright. So in case you can't see, the score is 24-29 right now. But we're getting near the end of the game. You just have to, once one of these rows is filled in. So if I get 1 yellow or 2 blue, the game ends at the end of that turn. My thinking is I have to make sure that I've got more points on the board than he does. And I don't necessarily. So he's going to have to really scramble to try and get some points here. I'm going to go... Wow. I mean, I could end the game this turn by just grabbing that yellow. Take a little gamble here.
Fortunately, she didn't mind read like I thought she would, so there's that.
He didn't mind read like I thought he would, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives me 5 blacks.
Oh well.
But at least you're filling stuff in. That's
Yeah.
what you need to do.
What's next? I'll take these 2 snowflakes here. Because Azul never bothered me anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Dibbly. Those 3 blue there. So he has to take from the center, so he's gonna get that negative 1 point. He doesn't have a choice. Alright, I'll take 3 yellows.
There's this junk.
Alright. He left me the blue snowflakes. I can't put it in the top row because I already have one there, and I can't put it in the second row because I already have one there, and I can't put it in this row because I've already started with that. So these are negative points. Luckily, there are only 2 of them, and not 6 of them.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That was a good tune.
One, two, three, 4. Okay.
You're not done.
Oh, minus 1.
Okay, this one is going to go here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This row is not full, so those are all gone. And then this is at 1 point, and then minus 2. So I'm at 35.
Yeah, she automatically wins. I mean,
It's-
we're going to still score it out, but this concludes my scoring.
No, it doesn't. Nobody filled in a row.
I thought you did.
No,
Oh.
I didn't.
Oh, well, alrighty. Okay, that's what I would have said if she would have filled in a row. So she
I
really
could have
blew.
filled-
She really blew the strategy there, not just
No.
killing the game off.
No, I wanted to keep it going. I wanted to see what else I could fill in. Yeah, having that 10 extra points is going to be huge, but that doesn't mean anything. It gives me a comfortable lead. Yeah, I could have blown it. That's possible. You could come up with something amazing here.
Game isn't sure.
That is a terrible deal. Terrible deal, Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
And you're first. Oh, yeah, you're first.
Yep. Well,
Okay, now this is definitely the last round because he just filled in a horizontal row.
yep.
So I shall fill in a horizontal row. But you get bonus points for doing that.
Yeah, saw that coming. But arg. I don't have a grip that's out in the car, so it's very hard to play this and then bend my wrist the right way at the same time. I'll take the sacrifice play, huh? Okay.
Yep.
So get rid of the junk.
All right.
And I'll also trim the fat here with this stuff. Okay, now the big firework finale. 5, 6, 7. Five, 6, 7. 4. Okay.
You're not done.
-2.
You love to ignore that you have negative points.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to go here for 5. You're going to go here for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're going to go here for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -1. Now we're going to do the bonus points. So you get 2 points for each horizontal row. How many horizontal rows do you have?
2.
So you get 4 points. You get 7 points for every vertical row. Do you have any vertical rows?
Nope.
You get 10 points for 5 of a kind of the same color. Do you have any 5 of a kinds?
Nope.
Okay, my turn. I have 1, 2, 3 vertical, so that's 2 points each. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 7 points if you filled in a vertical line this way. I did not. And you get 10 points for every color you have all 5 of, and that would be my black. So 10 points. So 63, 73. I have 73 points.
Which I think ties our personal best.
We need a chalkboard. So 73 to 54.
Yep.
I won Azul. Yay! Love this game.
Yep.
All right. It's not a really long game, and if I had, it would have been done a turn earlier if I had filled in one of those 2 spots, but I didn't want to. I wanted the fun to keep going. Do you want to play again?
Yep, not on camera though.
Okay.
So therefore,
no witnesses.
that's right.
Yeah, so it's a great game. It's visually stunning.
All right.
What we haven't done is we haven't played the back yet.
Yep.
And I'm not sure. I think you get to make your own pattern, but you can't do more than one of each color.
Right.
But you get to put them in whatever order you want.
Yeah,
so
if you had some kind of thing about you really
fun.
wanted this over here,
Yeah,
you
so
can make up your own.
That's an interesting.
Your
take.
own blank Sudoku here.
The pieces are decent quality. They're just little resin pieces, but they're stunning.
Yeah.
I like that the ones that are printed on both sides, so it doesn't matter how it falls. It's always the same. I love the bag. I thought the design and everything on the bag was really good. My only complaint, and there is a way to fix this, which we will be doing, is that it's a flat board. And the scoring piece, and even the tiles to an extent, mostly the scoring piece, likes to travel. Because there's just... Ethan bumped the table during one of the games and everything shifted, and we were like, I don't know what your score was, because now it's nowhere near where it was. So that is my one complaint, the fact that the slightest thing and everything's off.
Yep.
So I have gone on Etsy, and we're hoping it arrives today, but we're going to show it to you either way. And I have ordered plastic overlays for this board, and it's a piece of plastic with all the holes, and it'll snap on, and it even comes with taller scoring pieces so that you can like that, so that everything stays in its place and you don't have to worry about somebody bumping the table or a sleeve hitting, because we have played this outside a lot, and we have been using jackets and stuff, and I'm always worried about my sleeve knocking all my pieces everywhere. So you can do that. They sell things where these go in little slots and it all stays really neat and orderly, and they're really pretty, but I'm like, okay, let's not get carried away, Jamie.
Yeah.
They're perfectly fine.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's a tray that fits in the game board that somebody is 3D printing that's like the perfect size that'll hold all the pieces, but fits in the tray so that, because this bowl does not fit in the game box, we've tried. It's too big for that, but it needs to be this size to hold all the pieces. Also, I thought it was kind of cool because it was like tile-y. You know what I mean? So I thought it fit in. But other than those couple of little things, and really it's just the fact that the score thing just slides around. That would be my only complaint. And we're taking care of that. So other than that, I absolutely love this game.
Okay, strategy-wise, one of the things it can be challenging two-player or more. It's not just about your own board. You have to look at other people's board and see what they need and see if there's any way you can prevent them from, like, say, getting all 5 of the same color. So that's my personal challenge. I did next to none of it during filming of this, to the point where I just got absolutely lambasted because had I really known the ramifications of her getting all 5 black, there was this much chance it could have been a tighter game, but 10 points is really hard to make up. But it's funny, it's a deceptively like playable game. Because it seems like, well, I'll just play it once and I'll get sick of it and never play it again. It's like, no, actually, we keep playing it over and over and over. Because it does hold up as far as it's not the same game twice. And there are different considerations. And the randomness of what you're drawing each time does dictate how the game's going to go. As I said earlier in the game, it's very difficult to get 5 of a kind. And if you can get those vertical rows, again, that's a great way to build up your score in ways that the horizontals aren't going to do.
Yeah, I like the strategy of it. I like the having to think about both sides of it at one time. And I think that's... Well, we talked about this last night. In terms of just general smarts, you've got me. In terms of strategy smarts in a game, I've got you. But this is how my brain works. My brain works in patterns and colors and things like that. Where yours is much more fact-based. So you don't see all of the angles the way I do. I think it's down to my plan B strategy of everything in life. I always need a plan B. I always need to know, well, if something happens, what are we going to do next? What are our options? And that's what this game reminds me of. There's a lot of options. And so as soon as those tiles are laid out, I'm coming up with like 6 different strategies to figure this out.
So a quick side note while we're playing another game. There's 20 each of these tiles. And the discard very much comes into play at some point. Because you can kind of see like your wasted opportunities here as you try to fill the bottom row in. So I just wanted to point that out. That's one of the things we skipped saying is how many of each tile are there anyway.
I didn't know.
Yeah. All right, here's a little update. Jamie went on Etsy and got some overlays that snap right on to the boards. And they fit on either side of it. So we'll play that and let you know how it is. And finally, apparently what I needed in my life was some organization, because and also a different scoring peg. So 58 to 35.
Yeah, that was... I don't know what I was doing. Mm-hmm. That was not a good round for me.
Mm-hmm. So that was Azul. If you like the game, you can get it on sale sometimes on Amazon. Keep an eye on the prices. They just had like Black Friday week or whatever, and so this is normally $40 retail. I got it for 20. We will have an affiliate link in the description if you'd like to get a copy that way. If you don't know us personally, we'll get a few bucks, so that'll help the channel. But either way, keep an eye out for this. Definitely gets our seal of approval.
Tater tested, tater approved.
Also, like and subscribe. We will catch you in the next video.
See you in the next one.
How about this?
No!